Hey guys, Michael here, and guess what? We just had the ninth grade nest migration for Pokemon Go. So I want to try and help out some people, give some people some information, and just I know not everyone goes to the Silph Road Nest Atlas page and everything, and just kind of figures everything out, but I figured I'd just do a quick video, show you kind of what my priorities are right now and maybe what your priorities. You might want to change this list a little bit, but this is kind of the important things to figure out for Pokemon Go right now, especially with this nest migration. So, first and foremost, we want to lay out Bulbasaur. Bulbasaur is over in by the Ellis Golf Course, the northern part. This is really important just because it is a starter, and a lot of people care about starters. So if you have a chance to go, it's kind of the middle area of the golf course, so you kind of have to go out onto it, especially since it's closed. It's not going to be the easiest to get to, but if you can, it might be important for some of you. Next, and probably really important, are all of the Gen 2 Pokemon that you are going to need. And since Gen 2 has started to roll out, this is very important. I don't know when these are going to be relevant, but if some of the Gen 2 baby Pokemon are already relevant, this is going to be something to think about. So, we have down in Green Square Park, Onyx. Onyx is important because in Gen 2 he turns into Steelix. So you're probably going to want 50 Onyx candy really soon so you can evolve right away, unless you want to wait until way after Steelix is available and like take a month or two to try and catch more Onyx later. But it's also very important because it is a rock and a ground Pokemon. This is important because you might need 200 rock catches or ground catches to get the 200 achievement in Pokemon Go. So this is important, and what I think is one that I have yet to get on. I haven't gotten the rock one. I got the ground one already, but the rock one I still want. So this is probably something important. Next are the three Eevees. You've got, I think it's Delaney, Cottage Grove, and then this is the Walmart Supercenter on the west side of town. These are all Eevees. We have the two new Umbreon, and I can't remember the other one, but Eevee is going to evolve into something else, two other evolutions in Gen 2, so pretty important. It is just a normal, and you probably have a lot of Eevees in your area already and candies, but in case you don't, this is something to think about. Next is Poliwag. This is in Thomas Park, Marion. This is important just because you got Politoed coming up in Gen 2, so it's important. It also counts as water, and some people still don't have 200 water Pokemon caught yet, so kind of important. Horsey is in Tucker Park, which is, oh yeah, way up here. It's just off of St. Andrews. This gets turned into Cedra and I think Kingdra, which also is Water Dragon in Gen 2, so pretty important to make sure you have plenty of candies. I don't know exactly how they're going to do candies in Gen 2 when that comes about. Some people have speculated that it's going to cost 25 to do the first evolution, like they're going to change it. Instead of Horsey going to Cedra being 50, they're going to change all the candy requirements, and Horsey will need 25 to go to Cedra, and then to go to Kingdra will be 100. Some people think the next one, Oddish, which is over at Sam's Club, which is good because it's close to the Eevee one, is important because it gets a new evolution, but it's a random split. So Oddish goes to Gloom, and then Gloom can go to Vileplume or Blossom, I believe. Some people are thinking that it might turn into more of a like a Pidgey or a Weedle and go 12 to get to Gloom, and then 50, and then it's a random to go to the Ethers, just because doing 100 candies and then getting a random chance of either or kind of stinks. So hopefully they decrease the amount of candy, but again, Oddish is still important to have plenty of candy for. So that's all of Gen 2. Next, kind of central area of Cedar Rapids. This is just off of the Cedar River Trail, the northern part of Cedar Lake. This is Magikarp. Why is it important? It's water and it turns into Gyarados. And I'm kind of surprised at how many people I know still don't have a Gyarados, how many people I talk to. So Magikarp is still important. It's not something I would go farm too much if you already have a Gyarados, because it's not really worth getting otherwise. But if you still don't have a good Gyarados you want, Magikarp's pretty important. Next we have Omnanite at Hannah Park. This is good because Omnanite is water rock, and again, if you don't have your water achievement or your rock achievement, it's pretty important. It also is a fossil Pokemon, and it only costs 50 to turn into Omnistar. Probably going to be a pretty good trade Pokemon and get you close to that rock achievement, so that's why it's kind of important. Next we have at Norridge Magnemite. Magnemite is one I'm really going to work on right now just because I don't have 200 electric, I don't have 200 steel, and other than that, that's kind of the only reason why I'm going for it, just because I really want those. I really just want those achievements finished off. I've been working on electric with other Magnemites and Pikachus, but I'm not getting that close, so I figure if I just go to a Magnemite nest, I'll finish it off, and then I can finish off Steel too. So that's a really good one for working on two achievements at the same time. It's not a great, strong Pokemon. Even turning into Magneton's not good. Maybe when it gets turned into Magnezone, it'll be much better, but that's still some time away. So next we have the two Machops, Jones, and we have the one at Cherry Hill Park. These are good because they are good for the fighting achievement. Machop turns into eventually Machamp for its second phase. And Machamp is still really good. It's the top fighting Pokemon, not the top DPS. I mean, Hitmonlee technically takes that, but Machamp has a really high CP overall and is going to be a very powerful Pokemon. Also, fighting is good against 5 different types in the game. So fighting is still really important for those gym battles, and it's a good idea to get a Machamp with good movesets all the way maxed out. For fire, we have Growlithe. This is over on the Cedar River Trail, just north of, this is technically, I think, J Ave, and this is the McLeod Run Park area, so that's really important. Again, Arcanine is still pretty powerful. It's a good fire Pokemon, and some people still don't have enough Growlithe candies to evolve yet to an Arcanine, and some people still don't have the 200 achievement for fire, so this is good. Also, if you want to get the fire one, you can try Magmar up at Langer Park. This is pretty good for getting your fire. There's some debate on what Magmar candies, Jinx candies, and Electabuzz candies are going to be used when Gen 2, since the babies are there. They really haven't changed the candies yet in the game, so we're waiting to see if Magmar candies translate over evenly to the Magby, or if they just, however many Magmar candies you have is the exact same you'll have when the candy says Magby needs this many candy to evolve to a Magmar. So we'll see how that goes. Fairy, getting the Fairy achievement, you got a Clefairy down here at East Shawnee Park. Shawnee Park's right here, so just, it's east, it's in some housing area, but getting a Fairy Pokemon, very important. Getting 200, get that achievement. Fairy is interesting. It's not super great yet, and Clefable's not super great, but again, this is going to be have a Gen 2, it'll have a baby, so we'll see how the candies work out, but getting all 200 for the achievement, still worth it. Next we have Geodudes. That's at the West Shawnee Park, and then we have over here in Squaw Creek, and then the other one should be, oh yeah, over here in Ellis. These are the Geodude areas. This is good just because Geodude counts as both rock and ground, so you're getting your achievements really easily. Geodude also turns into Golem, which has a pretty good, I believe, Mud Slap and Earthquake ground moveset. Not as powerful as Rhydon, but still really good and worth having at least one with that good moveset. So this is definitely something to think about getting if you need to get those achievements or just you're waiting on getting that Golem. Last is Abra. You have Seminole Park, you have the Ellis golf course, and then you have Legion Park. This is the Legion Park, the Frisbee golf course just southeast of Thomas Park. So that's pretty important. Abra turns into Alakazam. Is still a very powerful psychic hitter. If you for some reason don't have your psychic finished, which I don't know why you wouldn't if you're in Iowa, considering Drowsies was just kind of an Iowa thing for so long at the beginning of the game. So you should have your achievement for that. But if you don't, Abra's good, and turning it into Alakazam, that Psycho Cut and Psychic moveset is really good for taking on gyms, while Alakazams have kind of low stamina, low HP. They still hit hard. They're probably considered one of the highest, having one of the highest attacks in the game currently, and a very high CP overall, so probably going to be pretty powerful and useful no matter what. So definitely look into Abras. That's kind of all it is for right now for this area of Cedar Rapids, Marion. I'm not going to go in and do other parts. This is the area I live in. This is what matters to me, and so I'm doing this video to help other people in my area kind of get an idea of what they should be going for, or places that some people don't even realize exist. But until next time, be the best that there can be.